Hi artists, we are going to do our optical illusion project, and the first examples that I'm going to show everybody are, as you can see, ones that are photography. These ones are a lot of fun because you can think about what you want to do and then do them pretty fast. It doesn't take as long to do the whole drawing and all that kind of stuff. Photography can be very gratifying in that way, that you just get a result very quickly. So anyway, this example that I'm showing you right here is one that's called forced perspective. So when you have forced perspective, you are taking something that's in usually a natural world, but sometimes you can do it inside too. It kind of depends on the situation, what kind of spaces you have. And then putting something that is close up to make it look like you are interacting with something that's far away. So in this case, as you can see, someone is pretending to hold a cloud. They're not actually holding a cloud, but pretending to hold a cloud, and the other person is pretending to eat it or about to eat it. So this one is called forced perspective. You can do a lot of different ones, but forced perspective is probably the most used. It's probably the most common. People that even are going on trips and stuff will do this one just for fun. So I'll show you a few examples of forced perspective, and then I'll show you a few other ones. Here is another one with forced perspective. Now this one requires that you get a very low perspective on the ground. So you're going to be, if you were to do one like this, you would need to lay on the ground to get that sense that the person that's far away is closer to you. If you did it from a standing position, then you wouldn't get this short section that doesn't really show that this is far away. So the thing that works about this is that the photographer is lying on the ground, and then someone else is holding the golf ball in the front of this photograph like that, and the other person is standing, acting as if they're about to catch it. I wanted to show you this one because it's inside of the house, also using forced perspective, and it's also silly. This one is one with a piece of watermelon that somebody cut to make it look like the child is wearing it, and so it looks like a dress. So this one is also using forced perspective, but they have the piece of watermelon closer to the camera. The kid is further away, and that makes it look like she's wearing this piece of watermelon as a dress. Kind of cute. Now, initially, you might look at this one and think, oh, there's no way that I could do, that looks like it was done on the computer, but actually, it wasn't. This is actually just using a mirror. So the thing about mirrors is that you definitely need to make sure that when you're holding the mirror, that it's at exactly the correct location. You can do this a lot easier when you're outside because you can line it up with things that look similar to what you might be looking at. So in other words, this line here, the horizon line that's connecting from here to here, she needed to hold this, and the photographer had to look at it so that it was reflecting that same horizon line somewhere else in the picture. And it's cool because it looks like she's holding just this kind of a ring, but it's actually an actual mirror. So that's a neat idea too. There's some different ways you can use mirrors to make trick photography illusions as well. So that's one like that. Here's another interesting one with a mirror, and this one they're just holding a very small mirror in their hand, and somebody's looking into that mirror at just the right angle, and then someone else takes a photo. So you'd actually need to have a few people for this one, but if you have some people at home that would be willing to pose for you, you could do something like that. Now this kind of optical illusion photography we usually call levitation, or it's playing with the idea of gravity. So this one often works better if you're outside, because the actual way that this photo, the direction of this photo was that this was the ground, and this chair is correct, but then they put this one on its side. So I don't know, it was actually like taken like that. So I don't know if that helps you, hopefully. So anyway, this one is taken with the idea that once the photo is shown, it looks as if the person is kind of floating in air on a chair. But that's not what was really happening. So this one is using the idea of the force of gravity as something that you can alter. And I'll show you another one that's kind of like this too. Okay, like I stated before, these kind of are the best if you're outside because you can find these spaces like this that are kind of, it's hard to tell whether it's a wall or the ground, but these people just were basically sitting and lying on the ground and then changed the direction of their photo so it looked like they were defying the laws of gravity, at least this one particular. These two guys are looking as if they're standing on a very thin ledge. So that's another one that uses gravity or the idea of levitation. All right, here's one more that's like that. And as you can see from this angle, it looks like he's about to fall off of this ledge and all that's keeping up is the grate, but in reality, he was just lying on the ground with someone else taking a photo from a very sharp angle. So it's really, that's a cool way to do it too. So those are all our photography examples. You can try one of those out pretty easily. And I hope you have fun with this one. I will be excited to see what you turn up with. Okay, bye.